I am the Executive Director at South Texas Botanical Gardens and Nature Center in Corpus Christi. We were incorporated in 1983 by a small group effort in the community to establish a botanical garden. The first botanical garden opened in 1988 with a small cottage garden nature trail across the street from our current location. And then we opened this site in spring of 1996 and expanded to currently 182 acres on our current site. About 90% of that is natural wetlands and brushland, nature trail, native areas, and then about 10% of it, or about 18 acres or so, is developable property that will have formal gardens, visitor center, parking, things like that in it. The mission is to conserve, preserve, and interpret both the native and the adapted flora and fauna of South Texas. So it's very much an education and conservation element, but there's also a lot of economic development being part of the nature tourism industry. So our mission, again, like I said, you have kind of a twofold mission. One for tourism and one for education and conservation preservation. We do a lot of things. We have school tours that come in and youth group tours, also adult tours. We have a summer kids camp. This year I think we have 17 different sessions of kids camp going on, half-day camps in most part. We do Saturday seminars for adults. We do activities for kids. We have educational programs and interpretation like Parrot Talk 3 days a week right now on Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays to educate people about the parrots we have. Again, just a wide range of educational programs for people of all ages. We try to focus mostly on the native species of South Texas, whether we're talking animals, plants, and just native animals. That we really look at are butterflies. We have a butterfly house, which is a screened-in area with free-flying butterflies, but they're all native species. We have beautiful butterfly collection mounted on our walls here. Most of them came from a couple, Jack and Betty Prentice, who traveled the world for over 50 years and collected butterflies, and they donated them to us so that we could use them for education programs. When we bring school kids out, we show kids the different types of butterflies from around the world. We educate the kids using these species we may not find in South Texas, but those same principles still apply even to many of our South Texas species. I'll tell you, we have a lot of interest in our animals, particularly the reptile exhibit. Young kids seem to really latch onto that. And our parrot collection, we have a tropical parrot collection. Of course, they're not native to our area, but what we try to do is make people get a link with the tropical plants and the rainforests that are replenishing in our world, and these beautiful animals that people see all the time. But we educate them about the care of parrots and the responsibility that they are. But people just like them because they talk to you, they look at you and do different things. So their animals are just so interactive. I think they naturally draw a lot of attention. We do use lots of volunteers here, and in that process of our members, our membership program and our volunteers, it provides an opportunity for us to educate a larger crowd. The kids, they're going to be our leaders 15, 20 years from now, and if we don't start teaching them about the environment now and how important it is to protect it, when they become the leaders, it's not going to be important to them. So we just want them to appreciate what we have and tell others how special it is and want to protect it for years to come. This has been built from the ground up by donations, and whether it's monetary or sweat donation by volunteers. That's how we've become established here, and it makes us a little bit special, a little bit different, and maybe we're not as grand as some other places, but you know what, we have a lot of heart, and people like what we're doing because I think they feel like they're really part of this growing through the years. I am the Executive Director at South Texas Botanical Gardens and Nature Center in Corpus Christi. We were incorporated in 1980.